Andrew Breitbart used to say that politics is downstream from culture. He was right, and the left is losing. Americans are turning off football, they don't trust the media, and they're giving Hollywood the finger by not watching their lame award shows. By all accounts, Trump is winning these fights.
He is the one that's winning because he's turned this into something that the players didn't intend to. So they're going to have to find a different level, a different mechanism to make their voices heard because Trump has won this round.
That was Stephen A. Smith at ESPN talking about how the president has shifted this NFL debate into a larger one about patriotism, and he's winning it. When MSESPN has to admit the NFL players are losing the argument, you know it's real. I remember a few years ago, the moment I said to myself, we've lost this country. And that was when Lena Dunham likened voting for Obama to having sex with him.
Your first time shouldn't be with just anybody. You want to do it with a great guy. Before I was a girl, now I was a woman. I went to the polling station, I pulled back the curtain, I voted for Barack Obama.
I saw that video and I said to myself, what in the world has happened to this country? And then Obama went on to win that election on free birth control, other free goodies, gay marriage, and all these other things that America has never been about. And I thought, we've genuinely lost our way. Rand Paul confirmed the party that I think best embodies the real America was dying when he said,
"The GOP of old has grown stale and moss-covered."
And he was right about that. And so the Republican Party responded to this dilemma with the Growth and Opportunity Project, which they called an autopsy report because the party was dead. And this report completely misunderstood what was wrong with the Republican Party, saying we have to cave on immigration, we have to look more like the Democrat Party on gay issues, we have to abandon hardline conservatism. And Rand Paul, he went on to lose in the next election in part because he made the same mistake in thinking that we could reform the GOP by being weak on terror and by being soft on immigration. He had the right diagnosis, but the wrong treatment. All of the candidates made the same mistake of forgetting about Andrew Breitbart's warning that we're not going to win the existential battle for America's soul on discussing the procedural minutia of politics, but we're going to win it on culture. All the candidates forgot that except for Trump, who tapped into the core of who we are and said to these people, I have not forgotten the people who are not in it to get free stuff, but just want a fair shake, and they're getting up every morning and they're putting on their boots and they're going to work every day, scraping by just to make ends meet. I get it and I have your back. And because of this, it didn't matter that sometimes he would say things that are just wildly out of line with conservative orthodoxy. I mean, some of the things that he said at the debate, they just left us scratching our heads like, what? But it wasn't about the politics. At the end of the day, it was about the culture his campaign projected. It was about putting Americans first, knowing that Americans are still patriots who love their country, who love their freedom, who love their military, and who love their flag. We always have been. And if Trump can destroy the institutions that threaten those things, he will win, and he is winning. The left, on the other hand, is losing. They're losing the NFL debate. As we showed you, even ESPN, they had to admit it. The left has lost their moral authority on women's issues with their deafening silence and hypocrisy on the Harvey Weinstein scandal. And they're losing the culture war in Hollywood. No one wants to watch their award show anymore. The ratings at the Emmys were at an all-time low this year. At the BET Hip Hop Awards, they're celebrating the fact that even though they had nearly a fifth of the number of viewers that the tanking Emmys had, they at least didn't go down from the already paltry viewership of last year, which they say is not so bad in a year that has seen most award shows numbers head south. Eminem mocked Trump supporters with his cheesy 4-minute freestyle as he romped around in a parking garage with a poorly imitated Southern accent.
He's gonna get rid of all immigrants. He's gonna build that thing up taller than this.
Colin Kaepernick praised that speech by saying, I appreciate you, Eminem, fistball. As Steven Crowder's website put it, this is basically one giant in-kind contribution to Trump 2020. A lefty who writes for the New York Times bragged that fans of Trump had lost all the cool things about culture. Trump fans, you've lost Eminem and Jay-Z and Hamilton and Hollywood and NFL and NBA and people of color, but at least you have Kid Rock. Again, just let the money for Trump 2020 keep rolling in, you out-of-touch elitists. But while you're making assumptions about Americans who don't live in your bubble and boasting all the cool Hollywood stars on your side, Please don't forget to take Lena. Please don't forget to take Jimmy Kimmel. And please don't forget to take Miley and Schumer. Oh my gosh, please take Amy Schumer. The more the left fails to understand, or even fails to try to understand the way these forgotten Americans think, the more and more they are going to lose the culture wars and lose touch with the people that make this country the greatest country in the history of the world.